Hello, good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Am I audible? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. All are ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As we know that each child is unique, a number of activities which explore the innate potential of the child are adopted in various centers of preschools. All these activities aim at installing joy of learning by stimulating their curiosity and guiding them to explore. Most schedules reflect an integrated curriculum that promotes learning. A common feature of the activity schedule in the preschool is that it benefits the child physically, intellectually, socially, morally, and psychologically. It also helps the child in proper adjustment when it comes to primary education, which would set the tone for the rest of their lives. So, today we will discuss about different types of activities for preschoolers. In this regard, NCRT suggested some activities like pushing, throwing, paddling, crawling, jumping, and walking, skipping, and sand play, constructional play, doll's house play, clay modeling, drawing, water play, hammering, imaginative play, interpreting pictures, gardening. These are the activities which were suggested by the NCRT related to play activities and some practical life activities like cleaning face, hands, teeth, and other body parts, dressing, combing hair, cleaning and polishing shoes, opening and closing doors, serving food, cleaning utensils, proper eating, sitting, walking, and drinking. These are the activities which are related to practical life activities, and some motor development activities like chopping vegetables and fruits, arranging flowers in a pot, sweeping and cleaning floor, folding clothes, putting things in order. These are the motor development activities, and some activities for language development like conversation, recitation of nursery rhymes and singing of songs, storytelling, dramatics, puppetry, listening to recorded programs, viewing film, excursion, visit to museum. These are the activities which are related to activities for language development. So at this level, as we know, the activities is necessary for the all-round development of the child at preschool levels, and some other activities also plays an important role for the development of the child. Some other activities are mathematical concept activities like naming units of quantities, recognize numerical symbols, associating symbols with quantities, using cards, knowing odd and even numbers, naming and recognizing coins, knowing names of geometrical shapes and recognizing them, knowing different measures like kilo, hour, liter, meter, names of the day and months. These activities are related to mathematical concepts. Some other activities are related to science concepts like flower tinting, leaf print, nature walk, fun with animal sound, butterfly art, salt solution, making bubbles, carrots and beets, growing plants. These are the activities which are related to science concepts. Some other activities related to creative aesthetic and creative activities, cutting and pasting, paper folding, clay modeling, drawing and painting, music, dancing, visit to exhibitions, display of beautiful things in a cover. These are the activities related to aesthetic and creativity. Some materials also required to organize some activities. For example, for paper folding activities, the papers and scissors is necessary, and for music, musical instrument is necessary, and for dancing, makeup materials and musical instrument is necessary, and for visit to exhibitions, the transport facility is also necessary. So these are the different types of activities and materials related to activities, and these are very necessary for the all-round development of the child at this primary school level. And if we talk about the schedule of the activities, then a simple activity schedule for preschoolers, that is learning activities, people, places and things, alphabet, north, south, east, west. For the this type of activity, the blindfold material is necessary. This activity helps the preschoolers to learn about different body parts by feeling and hence understand the concept of the body. Some other activities like art and craft, play activities, learning activities, some other activities which are already discussed. So at this level, as we know, the activity is very necessary for the child. If we talk about the large group preschool activities like the man in the moon and weather helper, the man in the moon, the children have fun and learn about colors and the parts of the body as they participate in the preschool activities. For this activity, materials like whiteboard, and we can say that chalkboard, and colored markers is necessary. A large circle is drawn on the paper. Tell the preschoolers that we are going to make a man in the moon. Ask the children to give the man a name. Sing the song. There was a man in the moon. There was a man in the moon. There was a man in the moon. Ask each child to give a name of the man. and draw the body parts you ask. They may use different colors. Continue singing the songs. His eyes were made of blackberry. His nose was made of a green pickle. Continue till all the body parts have been drama. Finish the song. The children love this activity. There are many variations, and this can help the young student learn not only the body parts but also their colors. So we can say that the through activity, the teaching and the learning can be interesting through different types of activities. Other example is musical chairs. Preschool children use large motor skills and participate in a group game in which everyone wins during this large group activity. For this activity, the material required, the chair and musical instrument. This is a large group activity for the preschoolers to develop large motor skills. Line chairs equal to the number of students. The children love it. This game encourages group participation and helps develop gross motor skills. Some other activities like circle time song. This song can be used at beginning of the circle time. For this activity, the required material is puppet or stuffed animals. This song is sung at the beginning of the circle time. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. This may be clapping your hands or stamping your feet. The teacher can use the puppet to demonstrate the action. The children enjoy being led by a puppet. This interesting group activity helps the children to develop the skill of imitating. And outdoor preschool activities, observation with walk, counting a silly walk, and outdoor bug hunt. These are the outdoor activities for preschool education children. Rational for preferred procedures. The activities mentioned in earlier section present an environment to the child to develop a healthy and mind in all its sense. The constructive activities and informal experiences gained through these activities scheduled enable the child to be well adjusted in different social surroundings. The chief advantages of this procedure or these activities are that they provide for free, integral, and balanced development of the child personality based their own pace and needs and in support of their autonomous and creative training. Such training will help the development of the ability to interact with other children. So these are the some activities which is which are helpful for the development of the student. Now we will discuss about the institutional goals. The major institutional goals include developing specific skills like social and interpersonal skills, self-help skills, learning skills, language skills, character education, moral education, learning healthy habits, and learning about music and art. Some other some another important skills the preschool education must focus on is to develop a skill of independence and as it helps the children possess the confidence they need to be good achievers at school activities. The some primary goals of institution running a preschool program. The following are the primary goals to teach the self-discipline, to train to help each other or work together in peace, to develop humility and forgiveness, to learn to develop a child-friendly environment, to develop concern for the less fortunate, to create an environment conducive for the development of moral responsibility, to foster a culture of respecting one another and also considering others' religion as respectable as one's own, to provide role models to the child, to develop worthy home membership, love of neighbor, good citizenship, knowledge of our culture heritage, development of a wholesome philosophy of life. So these are the institutional goals. Now the institutional structure. An organization's complex system of mutually concerned, connected and dependent elements or parts is an institutional structure. It is arranged in a definite manner. Types of schools providing preschool education like kindergarten, nursery, child and care centers. The duration of this program from 2 to 6 years. So preschool structure and staff. If we talk about preschool structure and staff, the preschool structure is led by the advisory board, or we can say that the managing committee, and is centered around the program director, that is the head of the institution, and the business manager, that is office superintendent. The program director is the school's educational leader and carries the primary responsibility for establishing and maintaining all the preschool activities. The head reports to the advisory board and also work closely with the business manager of the school. The business manager, or we can say that the account officer, looks into all the non-academic matters of the school, including admission, facilities, and financial matters, and report to the advisory board. Program assistant, educational coordinators, early childhood educators, teachers work in coordination with the program director, accountant, admission staff, secretary, support staff work under the business manager. So this is the institutional structure. I have also prepared a PPT, or we can say that the slide, but how to show it to you people. आप में से प्लीज कोई बता पाएगा कि कैसे इसको शो कर पाते हैं इसमें आप लोगों तक कैसे, क्योंकि मैं ट्राई कर रहा था तो ये हो नहीं पा रहा.
So there is an option of share screen.
यस, स्क्रीन शेयर, ओके. एंड नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज,
So then you can open the PPT. It will be visible to us.
but it shows the people will see everything on your screen, including notification. Start sharing. Start now.
Sir, actually, before you should open it firstly. Uh,
Before join the class.
नहीं सर, अभी जैसे आप पहले पीपीटी ओपन कर लीजिए, फिर उसके बाद मींस इसमें आके शेयर स्क्रीन का ऑप्शन लेके फिर उसको वापस ओपन कर लेना. बाकी फिर कुछ नहीं शो होगा, सीधा वही ओपन हो जाएगा.
Okay, I will try. Actually, I have opened the slide, but I think it is it not visible to you people. Is it visible to you? Hello?
No, sir.
सर अभी आप पीपीटी ओपन कीजिए अपने इसमें। अभी आपका स्क्रीन शेयर हो रहा है, अभी आप पीपीटी ओपन कीजिए।
Is it visible?
Yes sir, it is.
Okay. I think all the 5 slides is appearing. 5 slides are appearing here. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The last slide, preschool structure pattern. Advisory board, in which there is a program director, or we can say that the head of the institution. And second part is business manager. Okay. Program director is the head of academic process, and the business manager is the head of the non-teaching or non-academic activities. The program director again for the help of the program director there are program assistant, educational coordinator, early childhood educators, and teacher assistant. And for the help of business manager, the accountant, and second is admission staff, and next is secretary, and other is support staff. These members for help of the business manager. So this is the structure of preschool. Okay. And if we talk about the play activity, as we have discussed already, pushing, is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Rolling, sliding. This is the activity, and the required material is ball, tricycles, slides. So in the first column, there is a different types of activities, and the second column belongs to the required materials. Okay. So first slide related to play activities, and the second slide is related to practical life activities, and third slide related to motor development activities, and fourth is activities for language development. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As we have discussed already that for different stages, for pre-kindergarten, age group is from 2 to 3 years, kindergarten first 3 to 5 years, kindergarten second 5 to 6 years. Now we will discuss about the teaching staff. As we know that it is through the teacher that the school fulfills its functions, and the success or failure of a school is directly due to its staff. It is emphasized that specialized training is required to enable the teacher to deal with the young children intelligently. It also suggested that the preschool teachers must be a women, as they possess the ability to deal with the student of that age group most proficiently. She must create an environment in which the child can widen their experiences, try out their skills, follow up their lines of interest, and exercise every muscles in their body and every faculty of their minds. So now we will discuss about the desirable personal qualities of the teachers for preschool education. Qualities of the teacher plays a significant role in the development of the preschoolers. Some of the desirable personal qualities of the teacher are given below. The teachers should be sensitive to child's defects and deficiency so that he knows about how to help the child in the right time. Second, have good language skill. Third is be honest and have self-control, patience, fairness, justice, courtesy, courage, self-control, and confident. Next is be objective in judgment, interest, enthusiasm, knowledge and culture, neatness and good appearance, sense of humor. Next is be able to get along with people, be intelligent with an integrated personality, tactful, having leadership quality. Now, the first step is to ensure that the classroom environment is safe, free of hazards, and as appropriately, it is advisable to offer activities in as many sensory modes as possible. Opportunity to engage in regular exploration of their surroundings must be provided so that the children can develop their maximum potential. The activities should not be too simple but should be challenging. Large group activities should be kept to an absolute minimum. Children learn best through individual exploration and in small groups. A characteristic features of the developmentally appropriate classroom is alternating between activities that require more physical action and those that involve less movement. The teacher provides the materials for the children to explore independently. Now we will discuss about the timing like daily routine. The daily routine is arranged in such a way so as to provide broad range of opportunities and stimulating activities. Some of the activities are led by the teachers, whereas the others are of their own choice. Sometimes they play together in groups, but at times they play alone. At times, children are to work quietly, while otherwise they make a joyful noise. Time is also set aside to rest and reflect. There are indoor as well as outdoor activities. During the morning hours, children are usually engaged in a variety of activities, and this gives ample opportunity to develop a wide range of skills. Preschool sessions usually run for 4 to 6 hours. After the morning or afternoon register, various activities are set up for the children to choose from. The activities are based on the learning objectives of the foundation stage curriculum. The activities include organized, that is model making, as well as non-organized, that is painting. At some point during each session, children are taken outside if weather permits and have an opportunity to let off steam. Outdoor play may be tied in with a particular activity or game. Each session offers a snack time where children can have snacks and refreshments. Some examples of the structure of a day. Start of a day to include register, exercises, children's free choice of play, craft activities, playground activities, circle time, quiet reading and drawing. After that, the lunch time, end of morning session, and at the end of morning session, the afternoon session begin. In this include children's free choice of play, craft activities, snack times, playground activities, circle time. So through this activity, students learn different types of development like physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. Structured timing trains the child in getting proper discipline and becoming more punctual and developing consistency of behavior. An unstructured schedule, on the other hand, provides for freedom and selection to the child, thus serving for individual differences and personal needs. The schedules of the preschools differ among institutions. There can even be full-time or part-time preschools. One common feature is that all the institutions follow a routine in order to inculcate a sense of discipline in the students. The daily timetable of preschool, which begins at 9 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m., is as follows: 9 to 10:45 a.m. free play, structured activities, creative opportunities, gross motor activities during this time. 10:50 to 11 a.m. Tidy up and books. 11 to 11:25 cooperative games, music. 11:25 to 11:50 circle structured activities. 11:50 to 12 storytelling. 12 to 12:30 lunch. 12:30 to 12:50 rest time or quiet activities. 12:50 to 1 p.m. transition activities. 1 to 2:30 p.m. as same as 9 to 10:45 free play structured activities, creative opportunities, gross motor activities. 2:30 to 2:50 structured activities. 2:50 to 3 p.m. storytelling. This is the daily timetable for preschool, which begins at 9 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. So these are the different types of activities which should be included in timetable. Now we will discuss about the institutional climate. School climate as the social atmosphere of a setting or learning environment in which students are provided different experiences depending upon the agenda and priorities set up by the teacher and the head of the institution. Some educationists divided social environment into three categories: relationship, second is personal growth or goal orientation, third is system maintenance. The physical and psychological aspect of school are very likely to change and they affect the essential conditions of the teaching and the learning process. The school climate reflects these reflects two aspects. School with positive climates encourage parents and other family members to participate and develop relationship with the school staff and also with other families. Knowledge of child development and parenting skills are shared among the families which contribute to their personal growth. Third is provide opportunities for family members to participate in decision making of their wards in educational matters. The school climate is best reflected by the attitudes and feelings of the persons involved in it, like the teachers, students, and the non-teaching staff. Of course, it influences the academic performance and the school reforms. It even has a direct bearing on the problems organizations in the schools. Now we will discuss the components of the school climate. The major components that govern the school climate are safety, caring, appearance, physical plant, faculty relations, learning environment, student interactions, attitude and culture, discipline environment, leadership, decision making, and school community relations. School climate has been also defined in terms of the four aspects of the school environment, namely a physical environment, a social environment, affective environment, and academic environment. Effect of school climate on school performance. The better the school climate, the better the performance of the school students. This has been provided by the studies on the influence of the school climate on school performance. When the school climates are conducive, the students' achievement level is higher. Now we will discuss about the meaning of life learning outcomes. Life learning outcomes are what the learners will know or to be able to do as a result of learning a particular lesson or activity, which includes knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values. This flows from a need assessment, which bridges the gap between an existing and a desired condition. Suppose the teacher doesn't know what learning outcomes are to be attained, then he will not be able to plan the learning experiences properly. So we can say learning outcomes provide direction in the planning of a learning activity. The lesson plan, in addition to these learning outcomes, will help the teacher and curriculum planners to know about different types of learning outcomes, focus on learners' behavior that is to be changed, help to know about what is to be attained after a particular unit, serve as guidelines for content, instruction, and evaluation, identify specifically what should be learned, convey to the learners exactly what is to be accomplished. Some of the major learning outcomes are social competencies, health targets, values and interests, social attitudes, group adjustment, life skills. Social skills, if you talk about social competencies or social skills, refers to the child's knowledge of an ability to use a variety of social behaviors that are appropriate to a given interpersonal situation and that are pleasing to them. The preschool child lacks many of the social skills, and the teachers should try to develop some social skills in children by planning several activities inside and outside the classroom. We also know that the children who have wide range of social skills and those children who are socially aware are perceptive are likely to be socially competent. Social competence may also describe a child's social effectiveness, which means a child's ability to establish and maintain high quality and mutually satisfying relationships and to avoid negative treatment or unfair treatment from others. Social competence of a child is influenced by a number of factors like emotional intelligence, self confidence, social anxiety. How to develop social competence in children? As we know that during the early years of life, parents are the main source of social and emotional support for the child. Later, it shifted to peer group for companionship, entertainment, and moral support. It is the interaction that helps the child to develop social competence by engaging in different sorts of fantasy play, which allows them to assume different roles, learn to take another person's perspective, and develop an understanding of the social rules and conventions of their culture. The peer relationship involves the give and take type and helps to develop the most important element of social competence, cooperation and negotiation. This social competence lead to emotional independence and autonomous functioning. The process of acquiring emotional independence is what is called as psychological winning, helps him to become independent in his emotional expressions. Hence, it is the duty of the preschool teachers to provide enough play activities to the student. Some programs are very helpful for developing social competencies. The first is train the children to be polite, train the children in table manners, insist the parents to dress their children according to the occasion, communicate frequently with every child. Next is provide your child with the opportunity to play. Don't force children to share. Next is the children. Some other activities are very helpful for developing social competencies. The children sit in a circle. One child is given a ball and is asked to name another child in the circle. The ball is then rolled to that child, and it is his turn next to call another child, and the game continues. This activity helps the children to know the names of their classmates and make friends. Thus, this helps to develop the social skills. So, these are the activities through these activities we can develop the social competencies in the child. So now the short break of 5 minutes. Okay. May I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will discuss about the health target. As we know that a child health includes physical, mental and social well-being. Majority of parents know how to keep their children healthy. That is by offering them good foods and ensuring they get enough sleep and exercise. Then as he enters the preschool teacher should take effective steps to attain the health targets and promote health in them. Some activities help to develop the health like breakfast, milk, bread, butter, mixed fruit, egg. Spread little butter on the bread, slice and place them on a plate. Place one half of a boiled egg along with it. Take half a cup of mixed fruit and a small glass of milk. Teacher can talk about healthy food and help the child plan what he wants for lunch. Next, values. A value is a belief system, a guiding principles or the philosophy which determines our decision, action and behavior to maximize our potential. We understand that it is our values which guide our lives to take certain actions or to produce desirable results. Some of the values that one should possess are courage, honesty, truthfulness, hard work, freedom, discipline, punctuality, simplicity, non-violence, and equality. Where do children learn values? Generally speaking, we can say that children learn values either from a family, culture, or from experiences of life, especially those experiences he gained from the environment. They also learn from others with whom they play and study. In children, some values remain the same throughout life, while others change according to the requirement from time to time. So far as a pre-primary school teacher is concerned, we can say that there lies a strong obligation to develop some values, especially in the child in early years. Types of values which are already discussed: the personal values, family values, business values, social values, spiritual values. We can see that many values may overlap in different areas of life. For example, truthfulness and honesty can be a personal value, a business value, family value, or even a spiritual value. The teacher should identify different values and try to inculcate them in children. Personal values. Through different programs, we can help develop values among children in the preschool classes, which may color his life and personality in later years. They include discipline, integrity, punctuality, commitment, simplicity, perfection, and courage. These are the personal values. Next is family values. Values with respect to family include peace and harmony, trust, responsibility, security, and support and care. These are the family values. Now, business values. Business values should be developed among children from early days so that they are well equipped for their later career and successful life. Some of the business values are honesty, quality, work, creativity, and teamwork. Next is social values and spiritual values. We have already discussed some of the aspects related to social competence. Some values related to the social life of the child and also the spiritual life. Justice, hospitality, faith, compensation, unconditional love, peace, and harmony are some important social or spiritual values. Values are caught, not taught. So, as far as teachers are concerned, we should try to be role models for students for the inculcation of values. We can organize some activities like morning assembly by incorporating prayers from different religions. Second is presenting a thought every day, especially related to the importance of the day. Third one is engaging in different sorts of plays. Next is honoring elders by inviting them to school and interacting with them. Next is celebrating day of importance like Senior Citizen Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Children's Day. Next is reading from holy books like Gita, Quran, and Bible. Now we will discuss about interest because without interest the education cannot be imparted to the child. The duty of each and every teacher is to make children interested in a particular learning activity or after completion of the classes, the teacher could develop interest among the children. Some definition regarding interest given by the educationist. Interest may refers to the motivating force that implies us to attend to a person, a thing, or an activity, or it may be the effective experience that has been stimulated by the activity itself. In other words, interest can be the cause of an activity and result of participation in that activity. This definition given by the Crow and Crow and other definition given by J.S. Ross, a thing that interests us is just something that concerns us or matters us. Interest is a latent attention. Attention is interest in action. Importance of interest in teaching learning process. It is important to develop interest among the preschoolers. The different ways by which interest is aroused in them are awakening interest in the subject, peaceful atmosphere, gentle behavior of the teacher, individual differences. Next is scientific curriculum and scientific methods of teaching, period of rest, relating the subject matter with life, presentation of ideals. So these are the main points which is very important for create the interest in teaching learning process. As we know, awakening interest in the subject, if the child interested, then naturally he will attend to the task and he will be able to concrete on it because there is a relationship between interest and attention. Peaceful and atmosphere, the place where the child learns should have a peaceful, calm and quiet atmosphere. If there is a theater, market or shop in its vicinity, it will be difficult for the children to concentrate their attention on their lesson. Next is gentle behavior of the teacher. In order to arouse interest in his students in the lessons being taught, the teacher should consider it an essential condition to behave politely, affectionately, and sympathetically. As we know, individual differences, every child has, sorry, child is entirely different. Hence, it is desirable for the teacher to keep in mind the individual qualities of each child. Keeping this idea in mind, a teacher is able to organize different types of activities. Now, scientific curriculum and scientific methods of teaching. In most of cases, the lack of interest can be attributed to the purely organized curriculum. If the child does not find anything new in the material, then he will lack interest in learning. The teacher should use the LCD or OHP for teaching. They may be shown some video clippings or some other kid shows. Then what will be the response of the children? He can say that they will be very attentive in the class. So it is clear that by adopting scientific methods of teaching, we can arouse interest among the children. Now, period of rest. Teachers should provide their students some periods of rest or interval in the lower classes. Each period should be followed by a period of rest. If students are not given any time to rest in between, there will be continue in their ability to study, relating the subject matter with life. The teacher should find enough time to connect the learning experiences to daily life situations of the child. Life related examples are better caught by the student. The curriculum itself should be framed on the basis of values and ideals related to the practical life. Now, the social attitudes. The social attitudes, the another outcome regarding learning is to developing positive attitude towards the society and social functions. That is the social attitude. We know 99% of our success is determined by our attitude towards the subject and situation. We can say that the attitudes and values are meditational states within the individual. How to develop social attitudes among the children? The first and most important task to be fulfilled by a teacher is the development of social attitudes among children. The development of social attitudes helps the children to interact with other children of all religions and castes. Three basic skills will enhance social attitudes among young children through the development of peer acceptance. The social attitude is very important for teacher as well as student. First, initial skills implies the ability to get into the group. We can see that the children who are socially successful find ways to be accepted, such as maintaining interest in common or offering to bring something different to the play. For example, the child may say to another child, we both are using red pen. Another child wanting to join the group playing with blocks may say, here is a truck, we can use it on the block road. The duty of the teacher is to foster such feelings in the children and motivate those who make such suggestions and accept others to the group. Second is conflict resolution. As we know that conflicts are common among children in the classroom, in such situations the teacher should provide some remedies to promote conflict resolution. The children should be trained to overcome the conflicts even in the preschool, and then only they will be able to develop it as a skill for later life. As we observe conflicts between children even in the play environment, successful children learn how to react violently. For example, suppose two children were in conflict for a particular toy, then the more successful child may say to his friend, "That was my toy, I will get you another truck," or "As soon as I finish playing with the puppet, I will give it to you." If the teacher motivates these children to compromise in a conflict, then other will also try to imitate such responses in similar situations and develop the skill to overcome conflicts. Next is group adjustments. Group adjustment, the ability of a child to adjust properly with the group in terms of its norms and conditions. If the child fails to adjust with the group, then naturally he will have some problems of adjustment in that particular group. So while forming children into groups, teachers should be very careful to include those children in such a group where he will get acceptance from the few members. Now, some suggested activities to develop group adjustment. Any group adjustment program should begin with the proper communication with the members of the group. While planning activities to develop group adjustment, the teacher should try to develop maximum communication between each and every member of the group. Have a circular sitting arrangement so that everyone can see one another. The facilitators may sit apart so as to facilitate communication among every member. Respect individuals. Let everyone call everyone else by name respectfully by using prefixes sir or madam. Encourage and support the quiet children to voice their opinions and try to give reinforcement whenever the isolate child gives a comment. Ensure that only one child speaks at a time. Discourage subgroup from indulging in side talk. Now we will discuss about the life skills. Sorry. As we know that a skill is a learned ability to do something well. A person is a skilled driver if he drives smoothly and perfectly. So, like that, we should train our students to develop those life skills that will help them to be successful in living a productive, productive and satisfying life. Teach them to develop their thinking skill. Other skills can be developed by teaching children how to perform simple repairs, such as changing a light bulb, teaching kids how to prepare simple meals, cracking, mix up, slicing, and chopping vegetables require certain know how, teaching them how to read a map, a catalog, a phone book, and utility bill. Let the child navigate the next field trip. Demonstrate how to how to do laundry, teaching children basic saving skills, practice to pack their travel bag, letting them do certain activities related to first aid. So these are the life skills. Now we will discuss about the next topic, that is the learning readiness, readiness acceleration. Learning readiness acceleration. We have studied the concept of learning readiness in the unit on learning readiness. It means willingness to perform some sort of activities. Acceleration is the practice of offering curriculum at a faster rate. Learning readiness acceleration refers to the willingness of the learners to participate in the learning process at a faster rate. The first and most important duty of a preschool teacher is to create readiness in the child. School readiness refers to a stage in a child development when he is ready to learn in a formal learning environment and can do so effectively without any emotional disturbances. The teacher should plan a number of play activities and games through which the through which he can inculcate in them the value, attitude, interest, and should also have a hidden curriculum to teach them the 3 R's like reading, writing, and arithmetic. Now, strategies for stimulating students' involvement. If all children are involved, then we can say that the learning will become enjoyable. We enjoy those tasks which are interesting to us. So while planning activities for the preschool level, the teacher should focus on several factors and thereby try to develop language skills, number concepts, empirical reasoning, and physical development. Find ways to get students actively involved in the learning process. The teacher should make them active in the learning process by engaging them with songs, play materials, toys, wholesome food, rest in the noon. Next is relate content objectives to students' experiences. We know children are curious in some situations where they try to connect the classroom examples with the situation more familiar to the children. The curiosity of the children should be properly utilized by the teacher to develop interest among them. Assess the students' interest, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. Preschool level is the most suitable period for the children to develop hobbies. At sometimes such hobbies may be retained by them for a much longer time in life. Next is occasionally present information and argue position contrary to students' assumptions. Use divergent questions and brainstorming activities to stimulate active involvement. Preschool children can ask a number of questions which can be used to develop their divergent thinking ability, that is creativity. Questions and answers encourage creative thinking and stimulate intrinsic involvement and risk taking. Next is very instructional activities while maintaining curricular focus and structure. As we know, the attention span of child is limited, so the teacher should try to implement a variety of activities and approaches, and thereby teachers can help students look forward to the unexpected challenges and stimulation offered by each class. Teacher can engage them in some sort of activities in the classroom, and then the then they can shift to the garden. Next is orientation program for school new children, or we can say that the new students, or we can say that entrants. The beginning of the classes is nervous not only for the students but also the teachers. The teacher can give some interesting activities in order to avoid the nervousness and shyness of the students who come to school for the first time. Some of them are discuss some orientation program that may develop learning readiness, acceleration among the school new students. The beginning to function together at an effective, befitting manner. It is in this sense the icebreakers are recommended. There are a lot of ice breaking techniques. Usually, ice breaking is used into situations, firstly, when the whole group of students are for the first time in the class, or second is when the teacher is coming to the class for the first time. Cooking. Next is cooking simple items. We can see that most of the children in these stages have a tendency to imitate the mother, and they will prepare some food materials while playing. A preschool teachers can make use of this skill to develop a lot of abilities among the children. Ingredient The ingredient for preparation depend upon the item going to be prepared. Teachers should find out some simple food items which can be easily prepared by the preschoolers. The utensils needed for the preparation should be provided in the school. A lot of preparation is needed on the part of the teachers too. It may be cleaning the utensils or hitting the items. Wash the children. Preparation for this activity is wash hands, measure and pour of the water, milk and other items, add salt. The counting fun. It is game to provide sensory training to the children, especially children of preschool classes. This game will be encourage children to explore textures during this sensory counting experiences. It will also help them to learn the basics of mathematics. Now, the activity counting fun. The materials required: paper bag and cotton ball. Place cotton balls in a lunch-size paper bag. Ask every child in the class to reach into the bag and grab a handful of cotton balls. Put the cotton balls on the floor and count them out loud as the child watches or helps as the child counts. We can see that all others will listen and may try to correct the child who make some sort of mistakes during the counting process. So, in order to develop literary skills among the children, we can incorporate some activities like storytelling. We can adopt a new strategy in storytelling, which is explained earlier. Indoor pond. The next activity is indoor pond. Very young children enjoy this sensory activity, especially when they cannot go outdoors. For this, the material required large sensory bucket, place sand, large plastic tub, small plastic frog, snacks, fish, insects. Place the play set in a large sensory bucket. In the middle of the bucket, dig a hole large enough for your plastic tub to fit in and fill it with water. Place the animals around the sand and in water and let the children explore the indoor pond. Next is face play. In order to teach the basic of emotions and feelings, we can adopt a new strategy which will be very much interesting for the children and will also create artistic talent among children. This activity helps to teach the children about feelings and emotions. Material required for this activity: felt circle for face, eyes, nose, and different mouth that feel happy or sad. Procedure: teachers create a face board and use the different faces to show the preschoolers different moods: happy, sad, mad. Teachers should be innovative and they should identify a variety of such activities in order to develop interest and skill among the preschoolers. Now, activities to accelerate learning readiness in the preschool children. The coloring and cutting basic shapes. We can teach the students sharing habits in the early classes. Teach the children how to tie the shoes laces and reward those who had tied the laces properly. Like this, teacher should check whether the button and zipping are perfect or not. Some activities which is related to develop interest in learning. Some games which can be used to make the children ready to sit in the class. While planning an activity, the teacher should keep in mind to introduce such items that may help in the development of different aspects of personality. Few games pro- promoting readiness activities among children. The first is Ali Baba and 40 Thieves. Students are asked to sit in a circle and chant Ali Baba and 40 Thieves while showing an action. On the next beat, the Leader changes the action and on the next beat his neighbor follows the leader's action. At the same time, the leader keeps changing the action per beat, which is passed to the next person, and so finally everyone will have different actions. Second activity may be cat and mouse. The preschoolers form a circle to are chosen to be a cat and mouse respectively. The cat remain within a circle has to catch the mouse. As the cat tries to move out between two students, the join hands. The cat keep trying to catch the mouse. This game is repeated with a new cat and mouse. So these are the activities to develop interest in the learning at the preschool levels. Some activities to develop reading skills. Some games which can be used to teach the reading skills. Letter hunt, letter of the day craft, letter food, alphabet song. Next is educational media. First is letter hunt. As we know, children are very much interested in hide and seek and also playing treasure hunts. We can make use of this learning the alphabets too. Teacher can buy or cut a set of alphabet letters and hide the letters somewhere in the classroom and ask them to find out. Children are in a hurry to find out the letters from the suggestions of the teachers. When a child identifies the correct letter, the teacher can provide him reinforcement. Soon after each one finds out a particular letter, ask them to glue it on the poster board in the appropriate place so as to a meaningful, make a meaningful word. Second is letter of the day craft. Another very interesting activity is letter of the day craft. Here the teacher should seek the assistance of the parents and ask them to prepare the craft of a letter each day and hand over it to the child so that he will hang it on the wall. This game will help to remember the letters every time he enters his room. We can change the letters day after day so that they will be able to get an idea about different kinds of letters. Letters food, we can teach the children letters by asking them to prepare any type of food material by not using vegetables but mere letters of vegetables and ask them to eat. While eating, if possible, the teacher should selectively try to make some words out of the letters. This may help the students not only to learn the food habits but also about different letters and words also. Now, educational media. In addition to the games, we can make use of the media like TV and make our children ready for the classroom activities. The teacher can make use of educational CDs and DVDs containing movies or cartoons to ease the attention of the children. Children are very much interested in watching cartoons, so the teacher can make use of cartoons, especially animated cartoons, to make them ready in the classroom. Now, preparation by the preschool teachers. The success of the teacher during the school year will be determined by what you do on the first day of school. So as far as preschool teacher is concerned, he has a make several preparation before entering the classroom. The preparation may vary from teachers to teacher, but some elements common have to be common. As far as preschool teacher is concerned, he or she should be well organized with regard to his plans for the year. Second, the preschool teacher should try to collect several materials to teach the children the essential concepts in mathematics, English, and the mother tongue, for which he can collect relevant materials from his surroundings. The proper arrangement of the classroom is also essential before the beginning of the classes. The teacher should check whether the classroom are neat and clean. Next is decorations in the classroom will help to attract children. So the teacher should find enough time to decorate the classroom. Now the criteria for providing activities. General criteria for organizing games and activities for the children. Ensure that each child has equal chance to participate and succeed in the game. Second, the games should be in accordance with the age of the children. Third is the teacher should repeat the rules and regulation of the games 2 or 5 times so that everyone understands the rule and regulations. Each game should encourage curiosity and create an urge to explore. Next is ensure that children initiate the activity on their own. Next is try to introduce only one or two concepts at a time. Try to demonstrate the game initially. Keep the game simple and make sure that the instructions are clear. Try to adopt those plays where there are no losers and winners. Create situations where cooperative behavior is needed. Continue to let children experience the joy of playing in their own time. Praise and reward children for cooperative action and helpfulness. So, these are the criteria for providing activities. I think this is enough for today's teaching. Okay, you may leave the meeting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.